Hi, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you my little daughter Maeve's 2-month update. Oh, I can't believe I'm filming her 2-month update. So Maeve turned 2 months old on the 8th of July, so I'm a little late paced in this update and I do apologise for that. I was away on a hen do on the actual day that Maeve turned 2 months old. It was actually the first time I'd ever left Maeve overnight. And then we had a little mini break in Butlins for a week. We're now back. It's taken me, we've been back a week, but Nick's been away with work, so I haven't had anyone to watch the girls to give me the opportunity to film some videos. Rosalie is also now off preschool, so it's all very hectic in my house. Yeah, anyway. That just gives you a little bit of a backstory about why this has taken so long. Let's get stuck in and talk about how Maeve is doing this month. So I had Maeve weighed on the 30th of June. So that was a week before she turned 2 months old, and she weighed a whopping 12 pounds and 2 ounces. So I have a real little pudding. She's very squidgy and very rolly, and I am loving it. Rosalie was quite a skinny baby. She had a big belly, but she had skinny little legs and arms, whereas Maeve is she's a little chunk, and it's just delicious. Daily, Maeve is now pretty much sleeping through. She still wakes for her first feed of the day about 4:35 a.m. She'll then feed, I'll wind her and then reswaddle her, and she'll go back in the crib and sleep. She'll usually then wake up around 7, or I think it was more like 8 this morning, for another feed. I'll reswaddle her and put her back in the crib. We weren't disturbed by Rosalie this morning because Rosalie stayed at her nanny's house last night, so that's probably why she slept a little bit longer. It's normally around 7, which is the time that Rosalie will wake up and come into our bedroom with us. I try and get a little bit longer in bed if I can. If Maeve's still asleep especially, I'll give Rosalie the iPad and we'll try and get a few more minutes in bed. Once Rosalie has had enough, then we'll all get up, so I'll change Maeve's bum and then we'll come downstairs. We then usually have breakfast downstairs in the living room. I'll put Maeve in her bouncy chair while I make breakfast, and then Rosalie will sit and eat her breakfast while I have a coffee and feed Maeve and give her a cuddle. I then put Maeve either in her bouncy chair or in the Moses basket so I can get on and do a few jobs. I'll do some tidying up around the kitchen, put some washing on, hang some washing out, empty the dishwasher, stuff like that. We then all go upstairs to get dressed. I feel like this is a military operation these days, trying to get us out of the house. I try and do my get ready first, and then I will go and get the girls ready afterwards. Maeve is obviously quite happy to sit in our bed, propped up on a pillow, and Rosalie normally sits next to her too with the iPad while I get ready. This only takes about 15 minutes, and then I'll start the grand task of getting my toddler dressed, which is cleaning teeth, hair done, and getting dressed is a bit of an effort. And then I'll leave Maeve till last because she is obviously very amenable and it won't take long to change her bum and her clothes. We then do whatever activity we have planned for the day. If we're seeing friends, or if it's a nice day, we'll play in the garden, or if it's a rainy day, we'll do some painting and craft. Maeve feeds on average roughly every 3 hours, but she will go up to 5 hours if we're out and about and I'm pushing her around in the pram. If we stop for lunch, I always feed Maeve then, just to keep her going, because obviously I don't know what we're doing in the afternoon. But if it's not convenient and I know we're going to be coming home soon, then I'll just leave her a little bit longer and she'll normally be fine, and then I'll feed her when I get back home. I'm not opposed to feeding her in public, but I don't do it if I can avoid it, just because I enjoy feeding at home much better, because I don't have to try and hide it and I can get my boob out and check that she's latched on properly. And yeah, I just much prefer feeding at home if I can, but I will do it out and about if she needs it. I'm still very much feeding on demand throughout the day, so like whenever she cries for it, and this seems to be working for us quite well. Preschool has now finished, so this last week, so our routine has been a bit up in the air. We haven't really got one. I'm going to try and start planning lots of things for us to do over the summer. We'll either go out or do some activities together. We'll often come back around 4 p.m, which is when I start to make dinner. Maeve will normally sit in her high chair while we do this. She always sits at the table with us when we eat our dinner. I will then tidy up downstairs whilst Daddy takes Rosalie upstairs to have a bath and get ready for bed. I will then, once I've tidied up, take Maeve up. I will either give her a bath and change her into pyjamas and feed her, or I'll just feed her and bring her back downstairs with us. In the evening she is becoming quite unsettled. I think that's probably because if we swaddled her and put her to bed, she would probably go to sleep, but because we're keeping her downstairs with us, there's more distractions. The reason why we haven't put her up in her crib at 7 p.m. when Rosalie goes down is because we haven't got a baby monitor yet. The one we had with Rosalie has broken and we haven't got around to buying a new one yet, but I think that's something that we need to do soonish because I think she would probably sleep through. I try and do some vlogging in the evenings as it's the only time for me to do any work or editing, so Daddy will usually hold Maeve if she'll let him. Playtime, I've now bought Rosalie's old play gym down, so Maeve will play on that. I'll lay her on the playmat and she's quite happy. She didn't really like it at first, but now she's coming around to it and she's quite happy on there, and she has a go at hitting the little toys that are hanging down. She doesn't go down in it that often because I feel a bit like she's exposed, so I have to be in the room with her, so I can't put her in there when I'm off doing chores or whatever. I want to be in the room with her, so I tend to only do it when Rosalie was at preschool or I'm sat down there with her. Bedtime, as I said, we're still putting Maeve to bed at 10 or 11 when we go to bed, but I think honestly she would benefit from going a bit earlier because she doesn't settle in that period from like 7 till 10 downstairs with us anymore. I'll go up, get ready for bed, while Nick will change Maeve's bum, put her in a fresh sleep suit if she's not already in one from her bath, and then he'll swaddle her. I'll then feed her on both sides and wind her in between, and then lay her down in her crib next to us. I'm still exclusively breastfeeding, so I will feed her on one side and then the other, and I'll wind her in between. She has roughly 7 feeds a day now. She normally goes sort of 3 or 4 hours between each feed. At around 6 weeks, my boobs adjusted to the amount of milk that Maeve needed, and they were quite comfortable then, rather than being uncomfortable and engorged that they were before. I have been away for a night, so this kind of messed up our supply, and it's taken about a week for them to get back to normal, but I think we're just there about now. Sizes, Maeve is now firmly in 0 to 3 month closing, and actually some of the sleep suits are getting a little stretched on the toe area, so I think we now need to move up into 3 to 6. I've now actually got all her 3 to 6 month clothes down from the loft. The last batch of clothes there was a lot of summer stuff that Rosalie didn't really wear because she was born at the end of August, but that we had for her, so Maeve's been wearing that. But this box is kind of, when Rosalie was 3 to 6 months old, it was in winter, and obviously it's still quite hot now, so a lot of the stuff doesn't really work, so there are a few bits that we may need to pick up. I find it really hard going through all the old clothes and deciding what to throw out, but I'm gonna have to try and be ruthless because we literally have so much stuff, and I find it quite stressful, like when there is too much in her drawers. I get quite overloaded. Milestones, holding her head up. Maeve can hold her head up for small periods of time, but she doesn't do it for that long, to be honest. I think I need to do more tummy time. She has been lying on her daddy's tummy in the evening. They've been doing like skin to skin, and so she'll be on his chest with her head up. Watching, she follows movement and noises. She follows me around the room, and she likes watching her big sister. You can see that she's actually watching what she's doing now. Smiling, yes. Maeve has smiled, yay! We were a little worried that I was a little worried that she might not ever smile. When we had her 8-week check, she still wasn't smiling, but now she does. It's kind of, I think the problem was it's kind of a grimace. It's obviously a smile, bless her, but now we know what to look out for. We know she's doing it. Maeve has settled into our family perfectly. I can't ever imagine her not being here. Rosalie loves her to death, and she has shown no signs of jealousy at all, which has been absolutely wonderful. I feel like I'm the one that needs to catch up. The girls are doing fine, it's just me that's dragging behind. So hopefully I'll start to find my feet sometime soon. I still feel like I'm stuck in a whirlwind. It seems to be flying by so fast, and I'm so worried that I'm not capturing all I want to. I'm a little bit behind with some brand work, so that's been a bit stressful, but hopefully I'm nearing the end now, and yeah, I can get back on track and start filming some day in the life, because that's what I really want to capture, a normal day-to-day life, but I just haven't found the time. I'm paranoid that I'm not recording enough of her as a baby because I'm a little bit obsessed with memory capturing. So that is the end of Maeve's 2-month update. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how she's doing this month. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!